Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Dan Curtis on a morning where plummeting Bitcoin is certainly in focus, and that's got to be having some kind of impact on crypto-adjacent stocks. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. That's right. You're talking about it. I'm talking about it. I think the whole world's talking about Bitcoin this morning.
Yeah.
That's down 5%, and that's weighing, as you said, on these crypto-adjacent stocks. Specifically this morning, I'm looking at Strategy. It's a company that's a Bitcoin treasury company. So essentially what it does is it issues some debt. It will sell equity and it uses that to just buy and hold Bitcoin. So naturally, since it has about $56 billion worth of Bitcoin, it's very sensitive to Bitcoin's moves. That stock, ticker MSTR, is down about 4% in pre-market, so not falling quite as much as Bitcoin itself. And Strategy has been very interesting of late. So the founder, this guy Michael Saylor, who's a big name in the crypto space, he has this HODL HODL strategy, hold on for dear life. But recently, the CEO came out and said there are circumstances where Strategy might sell. And this is kind of taking some of the longer-term investors by surprise, but it's starting to settle out. And potentially one of the reasons why this morning we're seeing Strategy not falling quite as much as Bitcoin is there is this pressure release valve that the CEO has started talking about that the company is now inclined to if this crypto pressure continues.
Well, that pressure is adding to the risk-off mood across the market this morning, but we are seeing a pretty big upside move this morning for Canadian Solar. What's going on there?
Yeah, so as you said, Canadian Solar, it is a solar company. Specifically, it makes solar panels. It's up about 12% in pre-market right now, ticker CSIQ, and a bright spot in a sea of green. So it's going through a bit of a shift in the corporate structure. It has a subsidiary which is based in China. That subsidiary is going to sell just over 0.75% of overseas factories to the parent company, which is Canadian Solar. The factories are ones that serve the U.S. market. They'll be used to start two joint ventures focused on solar power and energy in the U.S. Obviously, with the Trump administration, the Asian solar industry has come under scrutiny and tariffs by the administration. And analysts are saying that this will allow the company to continue to export products to the U.S. And kind of remain compliant with the restrictions and potential restrictions that are likely for the industry. So it's a move to kind of get ahead of any potential shifts that could hurt its exports to the U.S. So those shares up 12% amid this move.
And I see the Walt Disney Company is on your list this morning. Did you see Zootopia 2, Dan?
I haven't yet. I'm in the UK, so I was cooking Thanksgiving dinner over the weekend because we didn't have the day off.
Okay.
But yeah, with two young kids, I'm sure I will soon. And yeah, Zootopia, it was really a bright spot for Disney. That's lifted the stock up about 0.5%, but again, in a day with most of the stocks down 0.5%, actually probably better than on a normal day. So Zootopia 2 came out over the weekend. It brought $156 million in the US and Canada. That made it the top movie of the weekend. In China, it set a record for the opening of a foreign animated film, so well received internationally, and it's brought in over $500 million in its opening weekend. It's a payoff for Disney, which is spending a lot on the film. Last quarter, the company reduced earnings by $400 million due to costs tied to both the Zootopia sequel and an Avatar sequel that's coming out in 2 weeks. So maybe we'll be talking about Disney again in a few weeks.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.